Running does do damage to your Achilles with every stride that you take, and most runners never work to undo that tightness, which is why up to 20% of runners have Achilles issues right now, because the more we avoid that damage, the more it builds up over time, and the more your Achilles will flare up, your calves will tighten up, and your ankles will just get limited, which is why so many runners end up running through pain or giving up on it completely. But the good news is that you can rebuild your body to be able to run without getting Achilles pain if you build the ability in your Achilles to support your running instead of ignoring your Achilles and hoping that it gets better. So we start in the first 8 weeks of unlock with our FHL calf raises, strengthening out of a full stretch with our feet far away from the wall. But in the beginning, most runners cannot even handle this amount of ankle bend. So we start in week 1 with our feet a lot closer to the wall, gain pain-free range at this level. Then week by week, we're working our feet further from the wall as we gain more ability in the Achilles. If you took any runner off the street, chances are they can't strengthen out of a full stretch like this. But when they're running hundreds of times, every single time they take a step, they're trying to strengthen out of that stretch. So when you think about it, it totally makes sense why they would continue to get injuries in their ankle. And not building up your ability in these FHL calf raises is a one-way ticket to disaster of having more Achilles and ankle problems when you run. Then in Thursday's workout in the Unlock program, we're building up our bent leg calf raises to target the Achilles more, because when we're running, we send about 8 times the amount of our body weight through our Achilles, and being in this bent knee position and strengthening from there is the easiest way to target the Achilles. Because when it comes to your Achilles, the only difference between being able to handle that 8 times the force of your body weight going through it or getting injured from it directly comes down to how strong you get in these bent leg calf raises, because it's the exact same position. Then to lock in that range that we've been building, we spend our Wednesday mobility session 2 sets of a 1-minute hold on our slant calf stretch, because the more flexible that we get through the Achilles and through the calf, the more strength we'll be able to build through it without any limitations. And just from that direct calf and Achilles work that we're doing in Unlock, we're already undoing the tightness and reversing the damage that we've built up for years and left unchecked, which gives us a great foundation to build on top of so we can run longer into our life without getting injured. And this route works for anyone, because we're not just building up to the levels that get you back to running. We're building beyond those levels, so when you do run, it feels effortless in comparison to the strength training that you've been doing, which becomes even more true through the next 8 weeks of rebuild, then the last 8 weeks of targets, where we build our ankles beyond world-class levels, making your ankles undeniable by building more strength, more control, and thus more protection when you run. I was told over and over again when I was injured that injuries are just a part of running and you have to deal with it. But the truth is, something as natural as running should never feel fragile for us. And you can overcome your injuries and you can restore your body's ability to run pain-free, but only if you build the right building blocks through your strength and mobility. Because once you build your body up enough, running becomes something that you can trust again. It becomes something you can enjoy again, and you can be able to do it for decades into your life without getting injured if you just keep building your body.